I was only 13 when I first walked into the Walker mansion in Maryland. My small hands clutched a faded duffel bag, my heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope. My parents were poor farmers from Alabama, and sending me off to work as a maid felt like their only option. "You'll eat better there," Mama had whispered. "Just who work hard, and maybe life will smile at you." Hey everyone, you're welcome to my channel. If you like a story and similar infidelity story, please do well to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for stopping by, and do not forget to turn on your notification button so as to get notifications anytime we post our stories. Now, let's dive into the gist. Mr. Walker was unlike any man I had ever seen. Tall, built like he carved stone for a living, with a deep, thunderous voice that echoed through the hallways like a song written just to ruin girls like me. His eyes followed me, even from across rooms. At first, I thought I imagined it. I scrubbed floors, washed dishes, folded clothes, and prayed he wouldn't look at me that way again. But he always did. Mrs. Walker, Esther, was rarely home. A nurse at the city hospital, she left before dawn and came back well after dusk. That gave him time. Time to find me in the laundry room. Time to press too close behind me while I dusted the staircase. Time to whisper things I didn't understand, but they made my cheeks burn. At 16, I gave in. He said I was beautiful, that I wasn't like those uptight women, that I was special. I wanted to believe him. He made me feel seen. What started in secret, quiet footsteps at night, muffled breaths in linen closets, became louder, bolder. I forgot how to say no, or maybe I stopped wanting to. I didn't know back then that summer would come, that Martin's, his son, would walk back through the front door, and that he'd want me too. That was when the war began. Summer arrived like fire, and with it came Martin's Walker, the golden boy. I hadn't seen him since I first arrived. He was already in college then, only showing up during Christmas breaks, barely glancing my way. But this summer, something had changed. Maybe it was the way my body had grown, or maybe he could sense the secrets I carried. His eyes lingered longer than before. Martin's was charming, in a dangerous way. His smile was easy, his laugh full of mischief. He'd watch me when I bent to clean the floors, stand too close when I served him lunch, ask me personal questions in low tones that made my hands tremble. And still, Mr. Walker wouldn't stop. He'd find me at night, just like always. Sometimes I felt like a rope being pulled in two directions, tied to men with the same blood. One night, I made a mistake. I left Mr. Walker's room late, too tired to be cautious, too used to the silence of the hall. Martin saw me. He didn't speak, just stared at me from the shadows of the staircase. The next day, he didn't say a word during breakfast. Neither did Mr. Walker. But I knew Martin's knew. He cornered me 2 nights later in the kitchen. "So, is that how it is?" he asked, voice sharp. "You warm his bed and still smile like you're innocent?" I didn't answer. My heart was beating so fast I thought I might faint. He reached out, touched my arm. "You could be with someone your own age," he whispered. I ran. But I knew then he wanted me, too. And it wouldn't be long before everything exploded. Because the son now wanted what belonged to the father. The house became a war zone of silence, stares, and shifting shadows. Mr. Walker grew more possessive, insisting I clean only his wing, eat only after everyone had gone to bed, speak to no one unless spoken to. His touches turned rougher, his whispers darker. I was his secret, his toy, his prize, and now his property to guard. But Martin's didn't stay silent for long. One evening, I was cleaning the family room when he stormed in, face red with rage. "He's sleeping with her," he yelled, right in front of Esther, who had just returned from her night shift. My whole body froze. Mr. Walker entered seconds later, calm as always, tie loosened, sipping brandy like it was any other evening. Esther stared at her son, then at me. "What are you saying?" she asked, her voice barely audible. Martin's pointed at me like I was filth. "She's been sleeping with Dad. Ask him. Ask her." For years. Time stopped. Esther didn't scream. She didn't throw anything. She just looked at me. No tears, no shaking, just hollow. Is it true? She asked. I couldn't answer. My knees buckled, and I collapsed onto the carpet I once scrubbed on my hands and knees. Mr. Walker didn't deny it. He simply said, I take care of what belongs to me. Martin shouted, I once scrubbed on my hands and knees. Mr. Walker didn't deny it. He simply said, I take care of what belongs to me. Martin shouted. Esther slapped Mr. Walker. I cried. The house, the mansion, suddenly felt too small for the truth that had spilled out. That night, Mrs. Walker packed a suitcase and left. And for the first time, Mr. Walker looked at me not like a lover, but like a burden. I had broken the house that fed me. And worse, I had nowhere else to go. After Esther left, the mansion grew colder, even though it was still summer. Martins refused to speak to anyone. He locked himself in his room, then disappeared altogether. Back to college, or maybe just away from the mess his father created. The silence in that house screamed louder than any argument ever could. Mr. Walker became distant. He no longer touched me, no longer looked at me like he used to. He spent more time drinking, pacing the study, yelling at his staff. And me? I became invisible again. Except this time, it hurt more. I missed the attention, as twisted as it sounds. I had nothing, no home, no family, no pride. Then came the day it all ended. I was dusting the upstairs hallway when I heard a crash. Mr. Walker had locked himself in his office for hours. When I finally pushed the door open, he was on the floor, motionless. Pills scattered beside him. His glass of scotch spilled, soaking into the rug. He was gone. Martins came back for the funeral. He wouldn't look me in the eye. Esther didn't show up. The mansion, once full of power and secrets, now stood like a crumbling kingdom. No one asked me to stay. At 19, I walked out of that house for the last time with nothing but my old duffel bag, the same one I arrived with 6 years earlier. Only this time, it was heavier. Not with clothes, but with shame, with memories, with scars. I thought being chosen by a man like Mr. Walker meant I was special. But I learned too late. Being chosen doesn't always mean being loved. And some secrets, no matter how deeply buried, always find their way to the surface. Have you had or experienced similar situation? Please tell us how you handle it in the comment section, and do not forget to turn on your notification button so as to get notifications anytime we post our stories. Thank you, and see you in my next video.